UK public is feeling for the birth of another royal?
Yeah, well, I think it's all just gearing up this week. I've got that sensation a bit like I had before the royal wedding, that there's a real feeling of national excitement. I think at Hello we feel as though we're about to give birth as well to an extra big issue of the magazine. So, but it's an interesting one because of course we're scared to go too far away from our blackberries at the moment, thinking that the call could come through at any time. But it's great. I think it'll be a real boost in the nation. Just hope everything goes well for them. Touch wood, and yeah, it should be really exciting news.
There's the imagination of not just the UK, but I mean the world.
Yeah, they're such the most famous couple in not only Britain, but one of the most famous across the whole globe. I think they've just been such a fantastic love story. I think what you get with William and Kate is the real deal. It's just such a genuine romance. And the wedding was just like a fairy tale, and now everybody's been waiting for this next instalment. And of course it doesn't really get bigger than a new heir to the throne.
What sort of stories have you being put together in the build-up to the big day?
Yeah, well, we've covered absolutely every single step of Kate's pregnancy, counting down the weeks with every issue. So we've covered all of how her pregnancy has been, her amazing maternity style, the shopping trips with her mother Carol, and all of the public engagements that she's done in the run-up. And she's just looked so beautiful. I mean, she really is the sort of model princess. She's looked so stylish throughout, so we've covered all of that. And then this is the last exciting piece in the puzzle.
Do you think the same thing will happen with sort of baby clothes and prams and all of that?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. We already saw it even with her maternity wear. The Dalmatian coat that she wore fairly recently to launch the cruise ship sold out within the minutes that the TV was broadcasting her appearance. It was gone from the Hobbs online store. So it will be interesting to see how she dresses her baby. I think it definitely will spark some trends. I can see her being quite a traditional, kind of very English sort of style, and definitely a baby boom.
Do you think sort of the prams and we talked a little bit about clothes as well, that'll have a Kate's effect?
I think so, yes. I think we have already seen a baby boom in the news during her pregnancy. I mean, it's even catching in royal circles with Zara Phillips announcing her pregnancy with Mike Tindall just yesterday. So I definitely think we can.
Publicly, but also economically, they're a huge boost for the nation.
Yeah, they are. I mean, there was some news reports recently about the £1 million that the refurb of Kensington Palace, of the apartment 1A that they're going to move into, is costing. But then on the other hand, you look at the £58 million boost to the economy just them having a royal baby will bring, in terms of merchandise and spending in that area. So I really think, as well as just causing sort of a great excitement amongst the public, they're actually doing some good for the economy as well.
A lot of those, or is the general feeling of the public that one of excitement?
Yeah, I think it's one of excitement. I think that, William and Kate have done a huge amount to actually sort of transform the image of the monarchy. I mean, the Queen's had an incredible year as well. She seems to have never looked happier, and I think people are rooting for them. I think we want them to succeed. So I think it's a general positive feeling.
So where is the Duchess at the moment? I mean, is she at home with her mom, sort of keeping a low profile, or where is she?
Yeah, well, the Duchess will be feeling sort of, very big and heavy now, and this hot weather probably isn't helping her in the late stages of pregnancy. So she'll be spending her time, I would imagine, between Kensington Palace and Berkshire and the family home. She'll be wanting to keep, close to transport so that she can make that journey as unstressfully as possible, and just to be near her family with her feet up.
Have you sort of done a compare and contrast with this sort of this birth and maybe William's birth or something like that?
Yeah, we have done a similar thing, and it was interesting seeing the photos of Charles and Diana appearing on the steps of the hospital in a similar manner. So it will be interesting to see that very, iconic, historic moment recreated with William and Kate. But I think, William and Kate are a very different couple to William's parents, and I think the way that they bring up their child will be very much their own way, you know, within the kind of protocol that is necessary when you're bringing up a royal heir. But whereas Prince Charles was educated at home and has spoken of that being an isolating experience, I think William and Kate will be keen that their child is educated at a school and is integrated, you know, with others, you know, from an early age. I think they'll be fantastic parents.
Okay, great.
So we're covering everything in here about the last minute plans and how the day will play out when the news sort of hits. There's a piece in here about William, who of course is carrying on his work as an RAF search and rescue pilot in Anglesey at the moment, but as soon as he hears the news, he will then race down to London, 4-hour journey, which he may well come by train into Paddington, so he's close to St Mary's, and like any expectant father, he'll be wanting to sort of continue a sort of semblance of normality in the run-up, keeping his nerves steady, and then he will arrive, and then Carol and Pippa are around Berkshire at the moment. Again, they'll be ready to go to the hospital, I'm sure, as soon as the baby is born. So yeah, everybody's sort of getting poised for the moment.
How are you at Hello preparing for the birth?
Yeah, well, I'll be waiting for a call from our Director of News, who will be the first one who's on the Palace's mailing list, and then that will kind of signify the fact that an official has come out of the steps of the Lindo wing at St Mary's to announce to the world that Kate has had the baby by coming down the steps with an envelope of creamy Buckingham Palace notepaper, and he will speed through town in a car, probably with a police escort, up to Buckingham Palace, where the notice will be put on an easel in the courtyard there. So I think that will be a really exciting moment, and then there'll be a 41-gun salute. We go in for our tradition and our pomp and ceremony in Britain, so that will be really exciting. And meanwhile at Hello Towers, we'll all then be sort of spinning into action, putting together one of our, what we hope will be one of our biggest selling, most successful issues of the year.